Hello. Well, the last video I made was a report on the debate, what was supposed to be a debate between President Trump and ex-Vice President Biden. And I compared the whole thing to two old men shouting at each other across the Thanksgiving dinner table. I wasn't surprised. I was actually rather surprised that Biden performed as well as he did. But I wasn't surprised that he was acting like a shouty old man, because we all know that he isn't in entirely complete control of his mental faculties right now. However, I was surprised by Trump's less than stellar performance. And it seemed like he'd lost his sense of humour, really. I think that was the basic thing. I know that Wallace was pushing him in a way that a good interviewer should not have been pushing him. And he wasn't pushing Biden in the same way. You know, it wasn't quite so even-handed. On the other hand, I had the feeling that Trump could have handled it better, but he didn't. And that did surprise me. Now I know why. Now we all know why. The fellow was falling sick. He didn't know it at the time, but as we all know, even when you're coming down with ordinary flu for at least a couple of days before, you aren't really at the top of your game, are you? So we have to remember that Trump was debating with a great deal of bombastic vigour, if without his usual sense of humour, and he was doing pretty well. He still, I don't know who won the debate, and both sides have said they won. You can't really call anything a win in that. Well, I won't even call it a conversation, in that shouting match. Nobody won. But the fact is that Trump still managed to show he had far more strength of personality than did Biden, even though apparently Biden was in good health and Trump was not. So look, let's just remember that whole thing was done while Trump was falling ill, and he was still showing at least as well as Biden, well, actually better than Biden, honestly. I don't know about the changing people's minds. That's when you win a debate. I don't think anyone had his or her mind changed. But for sure, Trump shone better than Biden. And that's it. COVID is a dangerous illness for somebody of Trump's age, so it's something we all have to worry about. And for the good of the world, I do think he has to get better. As he said himself, he'd done in 47 months more than Biden had done in 47 years, and that's quite true. With his unorthodox methods, he managed to somehow open a gateway to peace in the Middle East. And the world is working better because he's there. I'm not saying he's a perfect president, but he's certainly a lot better than Biden would have been or could ever be, I'm afraid, now. So we've all got to hope for his speedy recovery. And I want to just add something. All you never-Trumpers who call him Drumpf and speak of him as a fascist and a racist and all the things you can think of that are not true. Just consider this. Without Trump, what reason would you have for living? You'd have no reason for rioting and burning and looting. You'd have no reason for hating. So if you have a deity, it might be worthwhile addressing some of your requests to him for his continued good health. Right, well, that's about all I have to say on the subject. I wish Trump to get over this, to get over it well. He won't be strong for a while, so I hope more people are more tolerant of his recuperation. And I wish all of you in America the best of luck.